ability that you've created, I should be able to use a cantrip to be able to fill someone's lung with water. Like the reality of what you have and the stuff that you've created with the OP-ness of your character. Not saying it's wrong by any means, because I understand and I've listened to your aspirations. It makes it sound like I have the ability to use certain things to my advantage that are almost almost like a common knowledge thing. So in comparison, like normally in D&D, you wouldn't think of being able to just use fucking the cantrip that allows you to create water inside of someone's lungs. But if you do it right, in this case, you could almost use the magnetic or gravitational pull to be able to drop an anvil, like Acme style, on top of an enemy within a short 6-second period, due to our abilities and how we operate and your character. Now, if we exclude the expectation that your character is specifically special to your universe, and the mechanics that we incorporate as being extra dimensional beings or whatever be the case, that changes a bit of how the mechanics and stuff work, because did you say weak? Or yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure he's a godlike character inside of your own universe, but there's like different reasons for it. But you're gonna have to explain again because I talked over you. My apologies. Yeah, there's a difference though, uh, and that's what I was like. I was watching those like different videos and how they explain like how the cantrip works, or like how other mechanics work and stuff like that. Not saying that it works against what you're talking about. And like obviously, as being the DM of your universe, you have true say of whatever actually truly occurs. But when you started getting into the concepts of like how your character works inside of the universe in comparison to how our characters work, which is kind of where I was trying to express the difference when I was explaining my universe to your universe, or not explaining my universe to it's my universe to the characters I want you guys to be inside of my universe. There's a completely different specification. So yeah, you could probably drop an anvil from a guy saying you dropped it from 20 some odd feet, but because of the description that you guys have discussed and talked about, like dropping it from so many feet down causes X amount of damage, blah blah blah, kind of like an Acme character in a way. Whereas, like, say if your character that dropped an anvil and was able to maybe use a passive ability to use their time, like a speed up time, which was able to drop it down faster, or whatever be the case, like there needs to be an explanation or a clear difference between whether or not your character was able to truly able to do it, and whether or not a reality character or another character was able to truly do it. Mhm.
Jordan, is there a setting that you can change? Because right now your voice isn't being picked up.
Oh, on his thing. Yeah, you might need to go into your PlayStation app and change your setting. I'm not
be able to
entirely sure
share-
what the
to be able to
PSF.
share your voice to the being able to be broadcasted, because right now it's not.
Recording right now?
Yes.
Probably.
I've got to go.
I mean,
if he's
what was
checking
said
up
at
on
the
it.
beginning of this might not be.
I don't think we're too.
All you guys are talking about is just the Naruto whatever D&D
No.
cantrip concept of.
Did you say someone committed a crime recently that you were too worried about acting the Fifth Amendment on? Like, what
You
am
are
I?
also
Like, do
in
you
the
fear that you're going to be?
You're in the live stream chat, so.
You are in live stream chat. Like, not saying that I have a live
I'm
stream
not
going.
worried about what I say. I haven't said anything
Oh,
bad.
okay. Well then,
But I'm worried. I'm saying that comments made earlier might be found to be offensive by some other party that we all visit upon.
Oh, no, I hadn't started it yet. I hadn't started it.
So an argument that I made to that is that every YouTube channel and everything else I've made is a viewer discretion advised, mature audience only. Swearing, cussing, and other language will be involved. So anything that I usually involve myself or put into my YouTube account, I don't give a fuck because I warn that, and I usually express that.
Talked about what we said about a friend of ours.
I was like, I verbally usually talk about it and say like something like, and then usually when I fuck up, I'm like, you know what? I really don't fucking care. I like, like this is just for this.
So, Johan, what is the setting? He said Naruto. What is the setting in your game Naruto or what?
No, that's part of one of the versions I was going with.
I am gonna do a thing to write out like things you would know, lore you would know, so
your voice is coming through now.
So it's almost like a continuation of my own, but very specialized to his nature and to his character. No, I'm joking.
Let's get her rolling because it is already 1:45. And,
oh yeah, absolutely.
We got some big plans coming. So Jordan, to catch you up to speed and just try to help speed up the this little intro area to we're actually playing. So first things first, Jordan. I had awarded XP at the end of last session. A little bit out of order, I know, but I wanted to get you guys your XP before this kind of climax of the campaign, kind of, depending on how things go. So it was a total of 1,950 experience points, and you guys had the last session returned back to Cloud Mountain after, I believe, where we had last left off the session beforehand, had come across a crash site. You guys did some investigating and were able to conclude that that this was a ship owned by the cartel, and that you guys had found a manifest that had listed off a bunch of different supplies, that mostly, almost entirely filled with different types of weapons or things to make weapons. Things like guidance chips, turbo laser generators, blasters, vibro axes, data pads, and also sets of macro binoculars, just to name a few of the things. You guys had,
I believe,
after that was all on the manifest, and you were able to conclude that the tracks that were made around the crash site only retained around the crash site, like the boot prints and everything. You guys were able to deduce that they were picked up by some kind of hovering craft, probably like just a land speeder. You guys had made your way back to Cloud Mountain with the information, the files, and the general information about the cartel, how they have that backup base, or had that backup base after you guys blew it up. and returned some weapon supplies to the resistance group hidden inside Cloud Mountain. And after some, although it went on a little bit too long about backdoor entrances, Goethe ended up interrupting that conversation, and you guys had decided upon taking a long rest in Cloud Mountain in the Rebel base, and in the morning, launch an assault against the Metatheran cartel. Some planning with Brof, the Gungan warrior. He's going to take a small group of Gungans to go to the platform that is to the what is that? Gosh, east.
I would say
east of the main
east.
base, and that he was willing to send out a small group to take care of that, and that you guys as a group and the main task force to go against the cartel were heading to the same base that you guys had been, I'll use the term rescued to, and you guys were able to extract some information out of K1. So in the Discord chat, I believe under content, the last picture that I had put in there, that is a rough outline of what the headquarters part of their base looked like, and you, the information that you guys were able to remember, like the layout of the base and what rooms contained what. You guys' memory was a little fuzzy, and K1's memory was limited as well, but this was the main part of the Metatheran cartel base. You guys were also, while extracting information out of K1, were able to find out that there was a tracking device that was hidden inside of his chassis, and through using the super hacking data pad, Lucian was able, with a natural 20, resulting in a total score of 61, able to completely manipulate that tracker, basically tell it we never came to Cloud Mountain, we had always been in the city, and that any information that would have tied the K1 to the mountain base had been manipulated, saying that it had never been there. And that, I believe, is where we had left off. It is currently the morning. All of you have taken a long rest, so you guys are topped off on hit points and your force points. Any kind of abilities that reset on a long rest are back.
So, out of respect for the fact that Johan wasn't here and everything, not to say that our information is wrong, because obviously you've given us everything that's precise to what you've explained, but would you say that he was able to use his abilities to use an investigation check towards the map that we've received, to remember anything that he has had the opportunity that Noel or myself have not been able to discern from this? Or do we want to accept that this is the map that all of us as a team has been able to discern naturally, and that we're on our way from the mountain unperceived to this location? This is up to you as a D&D.
This is the information that you guys have. This is the layout that you guys are able to remember.
All right. So we'll move on. This is basically like the same thing as from Star Wars Episode 1, where they get the kind of layout, in quotes, of the Naboo Palace. We don't know the locations of everything, but we get a base floor location of what it is and how we need to approach. We're fully rested, blah blah blah, as you explained, and how we're essentially approaching it. So I'm assuming that we're approaching the facility, crouching or
yeah. You guys
disguise?
will be. You guys, when you approach the base, we'll just have you guys make stealth checks.
Are we including the walk to the base, or like
No.
okay, so showing your
what we'll do
map layout,
is that you guys have completed your long rest,
Yep.
and that when I'm gonna assume you guys are. I mean, last session you guys had agreed upon attacking the base. So when we start up here, whatever you guys want to do at the base, we're just gonna at Cloud Mountain, you guys can do, and then we're just gonna jump to the cartel base.
The cartel. Okay, so we're gonna go before we go to the cartel base, and then
you guys
straight
have a
to
moment
when we get to the. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just wanted to be sure because
yeah.
I was like, I'm okay with us trying to do a stealth check to get into the base, but I just wanted to be sure where we're at.
So around you, to set the scene, you guys wake up in amongst the base. Maybe there's like a barracks room, but you guys are able to get your long rest. When you guys awake, the base is already kind of buzzing with movement, and there's kind of this air of excitement of that we're gonna stick it to the cartel. The resistance members, different there's different military people, soldiers, my goodness, soldiers are starting to mobilize, and that you see that there is basically Nimri is off to the side, and he when you guys are ready to go, you can talk to him, and he will escort you, help escort you guys to the cartel.
Okay. To start our little meeting off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to suggest to the group that I myself and gosh, trying to think of it. Trying to think of its name. The Loaf Wolf. That's
Fenrir.
Fenrir. Yeah. That Fenrir and I take the southeastern side and try and scope around, or like trying to significantly like try and like sneak around the other side, or to fight as a two-man squad, while Noel or I should say Lucian and Aurora try to take the more northern side and cause a disruption in which where we can infiltrate the rest of it. So if we're together beforehand, I'm going to be like, okay, you guys. So what I'm thinking is that Fenrir and I go to the southeastern side of the map and try to identify any potential threats or anything else that we can investigate. Well, I think that Lucian and Aurora should take the north side of the map, or the camp, and try to find any distinguishing evidence that we can use against them, as well as causing a distraction so that Fenrir and I can get all the information and ability and get a surprise on the enemies. So I'm hoping that you and Aurora will be able to cause a distraction. Is that okay with you guys?
Real quick, what time of day is it?
Morning.
This is
Morning.
brand new morning. We all taken a long rest, so you make sure that you've re-upped all of your shit. Sorry.
I'll say I can't guarantee Fenrir will go with you. I mean, I can ask him.
Fenrir, and I look up towards the Loaf Wolf. Will you come with me and be able to work as my squad mate? We need to be able to try and clear this entire place. We need to get rid of these Cartwright pigs. And I point towards one of the random guards that are walking by. Who the fuck did we just lose? Oh, Johan. 1 second.
Makes sense. On the phone.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. While he's gone, I'm gonna take a rip off this bowl. I will say I am super glad that he said the same thing that I did, because I was like, I'm trying so hard to not be like a dick towards towards
video?
the other guy.
Video? Yeah.
Video? No. The fuck is his name?
No.
Fuck is his actual name?
Don't. No. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Who?
Don't say it.
Ooh.
I'm saving you, sir. Don't say it.
Sir, say what? Say what? I don't give a fuck if he hears this or not. Like, you know what's gonna most likely occur if he hears this? He's gonna be, I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't be that
I don't
guy.
have to be a dick or not. Like, I
Hold up.
literally don't have to
Hold
be a
up.
dick. I could literally
Okay.
just talk to it about it nonchalantly.
Hold on a sec. Zach.
Do your thing. I gotta go take a piss anyway.
Zach was yelling in my ear. Oh. Yeah, I got you, bro. Just hold on a sec till you get in here. Said he got it sent.
I'll be right back.
Did it go? There we go. Okay, I'll just end up doing that again if you end up. Oh. And he's gone.
Towards our. The amount of participation that was involved due to or coming up to the situation. Like, if it had been just up to Isle, he may not have started this entire session tonight if it wasn't up for Johan and myself saying that we weren't entirely sure whether or not he was useful for the progression of the campaign. That's not to say that he isn't completely useful.
We can't get back to the campaign if we keep talking about it.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You do what you need to do. Like, I was fine with being. I was just doing it because he seemed like he was not entirely sure.
Okay.
No, fucking he is allowed on here, motherfucker. We're trying to complete this goddamn campaign. No, joking. Anyway.
Alrighty. So you'd ask about something about with Fenrir. What was that was the last thing, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to roll the die, and depending on what I get, Fenrir will either go with Rebel, or be willing to go with Rebel, or he's going to stay with me.
That makes sense because it is its own intelligent object, so it should make its own individual roll on whether or not it decides. Oh, what was the DC, by the way, by the time you tell me whether or not it passes or fails?
I'm going to roll a d20, and then a 10 and lower is he'll stay with me, and higher it will be...
Okay. No, I totally get you.
You're going to have to tell me the roll. I'm rolling it now.
Oh!
18. Nice.
Hold on. You need me to make a... is it with any effects or for anything else?
Yeah, I wrote it. I wrote it already.
Yeah, 18.
Oh. It was an 18?
So I can still roll the phone app.
No, it was an 18. Out of a d20, you rolled 18.
Yep, so he'll be willing to go with you. But
okay.
It seems he's willing to follow, but be careful, my boy.
I look into the eyes of Fenrir. giving me the inspiration that it's going to follow me. Whether or not it actually truly does, it gives me the inspiration that it will truly follow me into combat as of right now. As Lucian and Aurora are currently assisting each other in our location, and we decide our objectives. So we'll move on from where you're at, but that's where we're at the moment.
You form a special little bond with Fenrir, and he
A temporary bond with Fenrir. Yes.
There you go.
What is it you want us to do? Why you two do that?
So two of us are going to like fully either so the idea is that we assist the team on the landing platform and create a huge diversion where Fenrir and I are like the spearhead to their push, or we're the spearhead and diversion to inside of the cartel base, where we will be the ones who divert a large majority of the attention while we try to do a lot of fighting between multiple targets, while you guys find all the information or disable the necessary information or the necessary abilities ahead of time. There will already be a Gungan or military detachment that will be positioned. Let me go back. Are you watching the screen or my original screen?
Yep.
Okay. So there you see the Star of David over here that's slightly off from the other Star of David.
Yeah.
So that one should be the landing platform. Originally, the Gungans are originally supposed to attack that platform by themselves, as like not a diversionary, but as like a hold to stopgap, because that's the major large landing platform that's around the area. Like same with if you were to think of it as Loaf or in Empire, or not the Empire, the Jedi Returns, the sixth episode. There's just this random like landing platform out in the middle of the woods. That's essentially what that is. We cleared it one other time. That's what that landing platform is. But it was close to the Metharian cartel. We dealt with it. We removed all of the. After we moved on, we basically removed part of the trekway. We fought against those creatures that dealt us a lot of fucking bullshit, and I basically got gassed the entire time. They took us back to their little place, which is the Big Star of David. Um, they treated us blah blah blah, gave us some information, and we went back to that little Star of David with the brown trail off of it, and we dealt with the pirates, the Wikians or whatever the fuck were actually located at that place. We dealt with them, and then we ended up going home to the orange one, or not the orange, but the gold version of Star, which was I can't remember what fucking place, a Hondron or some shit like that that we
Gadrin
were
and
actually
Hedret.
There you go. Well, Gadrin was one and Hedret's the other, but you put it in as one specific place. Anyway, point is that that's that place where we ascended the fucking tower, or you ascended the tower, and then we murdered everybody next to the location. The Methatharan cartel was super excited that we did it, and essentially took over this landing platform, and we're sending Gungan, Misa wanna do this kind of people off to go and fucking take care of that at the same time. Now, whether or not we send
it's already been
Sylvaris
agreed upon that the Gungan warriors that are going on this on this
we're
mission,
be the ones that
there's
did it.
already a group that is going towards the platform to clear it out, and then the larger force is going to be going towards the cartel.
So, and then that we're deciding on our strategy moving up to it. So, if I really were to consider it, we're somewhere between the two Stars of Davids, and we're discussing our strategy.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you said
So
that
that's basically
you
where
wanted
we're at right
to
now.
that Savaris and Fenrir were going to split off, or that
Yeah,
you
we're
guys were
gonna
going
split off,
towards the platform.
make a distraction. No, we were gonna make a distraction. Is really what was
Oh,
gonna be
okay.
the thing. Whether or
Gotcha.
not it be at the platform, the platform obviously with the other Gungans would be an amazing idea because they're gonna move a bunch of units to try and protect it. But if
Yeah.
we're in quotes with the rest of the main force that's going to attack the thing, I would think that we're still going to do a variation of that. It's just not going to be the same. Like we're gonna, instead of moving to the right like everybody else would to in quotes
Yeah.
go and make sure none of the vehicles move on, we move on to literally for like Han Solo it. We're like, oh shit, there's an entire hangar bay full of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Fenrir and I are
And
gonna
then
move into that whole thing and just be like, haha, mess with us until our teammates get back. And that's what our
we're
strategy is.
all right.
What do you
So,
think, Lucian?
mhm.
Yeah, we're in the preliminary discussion stage. Obviously,
Yep.
Fenrir believes in the idea that I'm taking on, but that doesn't mean that we're committed to it. Is that okay? You're the DM, so I'm
What's your
asking
thoughts,
you.
Lucian?
Oh, I thought you were asking Lucian about the plan.
No, specifically, I'm asking you whether or not we're in the okay of
Oh,
me going through it. He
if
already
you
technically
guys were wanting to,
was able to take on Fenrir, but
it,
beyond all of this, we're initially at the. Are we okay to strategize at this level based on what
I
we've
mean,
gone with?
you you guys can take on the cartel on however you see fit.
Okay,
Just let me
so
know who's gonna go where and what you guys agree upon. Ryan, what's you've been quiet.
yeah,
What's your take on the split
I would
party
assume
strategy?
I'd assume we're basically right here. I don't know how to
Well, you
express
guys
it
are
in the
currently
thing.
still back at Cloud Mountain, the brown
Oh,
triangle.
you want to do the cloud before we
You
move
guys
that
haven't
far?
you guys haven't
Oh,
left
okay,
yet. You guys
okay.
are still just
No, that's fine.
strategizing. Like I said, when you go talk to Nimri, he
Hmm.
is basically like he's going to go like when you guys go talk to Nimri, he will take you out. It'll be signifying that you guys are leaving the base and going on the attack.
I think that in most situations, separating the party or dividing your unit is a bad thing.
Reasonable? When do you think we should attack?
I
Or
I
priority?
agree with you, Lucian, from what you say. But there are times when clandestine matters require you to break through the enemy's formation through other means. Whether or not that means that we have a strong force hit the south, and then we have a secret force or in a slightly weaker force, or even if we have the stronger force hit the middle, and then a clandestine smaller force hit the southern edge of them, we should be able to force at minimum a retreat to be able to allow us to control the northern opposition. Uh, I've seen this
Mm.
method work multiple times in my time as a soldier. I highly recommend that we use two forces to surprise our enemy, and then we can drop their morale significantly. Or else all we're doing is fighting head on to head on. And based off of the forces I've seen, I can guarantee that we can fight head on no matter what the situation. given the fact that they're legendary creatures and can use multiple legendary actions and have multiple actions at one time. Sidebar. I feel like we will have the ability to take on the average opponent. Our biggest problem is whether or not the morale and everything else sticks through. If we're able to force or flank as a pilot and soldier as myself, I can tell you that if we are able to lower the morale of our opponent, we will have the situation. But we have to make sure that we are able to guarantee that situation, whether we have lower forces and lower numbers or not. You should know it too, Lucy.
So why don't we let the oh my god
Gungans?
the Gungans take on one let the Gungans take on the main force, and all of us go together as a unit for this flanking maneuver that you're wanting to do. Because if you and Fenrir get into trouble, there's nothing me and Aurora can do to help you.
I like your strategy. So what I think maybe instead, because both you and Aurora have the ability to heal in some mechanic other than my own. I mean, I got a couple of med packs on me, but that's not really the same. Um, I think what would be beneficial is that one person that can heal and one person that can't should move in a wide arcing pattern to be able to do the flanking maneuver, the pincer maneuver. Uh, that will give us the opportunity that we need and give us the sustainability on both fronts to be able to sustain whatever actual issues that we have to occur while staying inside the same combat scenario. Like we can deal with an issue and not be too worried about how far away before our next ally is able to assist. The issue that we'd come into if Fenrir and I were to do it is that we would be drawing the full attention, and then maybe I was able to protect Fenrir while Fenrir was able to attack a lot of his opponents, similar to the old style that the Jedi and the clones used to be able to do. Whereas if we divvy up the same way that you're talking about, we need to make sure someone is able to use like a med pack on the other person and be able to keep moving. We could have a large force that moves on in another way, but we'll still need one force to be able to grab the attention of the other people.
Ruff will chirp in at the moment and will say that information that you as a force have. He's talking about the individual party members. The information the intimate information that you guys have, being that you've already been inside of the headquarters. He suggests that all of you would be of greater use at the headquarters than the landing platform because you guys already know what it looks like inside. That none of his soldiers know what they're doing and that they could use some guidance, and having that first-hand information would be invaluable. He's going to reassure you that whatever soldiers that he's going to send to the platform, the landing platform that's outside of the base, that his soldiers are more than capable of taking out a couple of stupid car rights.
So my problem with that, Gross, Misa problem with that is Misa thinks that if we were to employ muy bombard forces at landing platform, that Misa think that enemy bring bombard forces to platform, and Misa think they leave muy very little At home,
You,
as I try to explain it to Bum Amnesa, that if we were to somehow attack with a veracity
mm-hmm,
of forces that we have currently available to us, that it might scare the cartel, because the fact that the methamphetamine cartel, due to the fact that their major landing platform that's within the surrounding area would be detrimental for them to try and get the remaining resources or available
mm-hmm.
stuff off of the territory, as they worry about the fact that they're losing all this, be detrimental enough to move other forces or to whatever. So anyway, again, that's me talking to the security, the Gungan security. So
Yeah,
I don't know
Broth
if you need
Yurtle.
me to roll. Yeah, exactly. Well,
What
you say
exactly
that, but
are
it's
we
not
trying
like
to?
it's going to change anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What exactly are we
I've
trying
had too
to?
much tequila for you to tell me it's going to change anything.
What's that, Jordan?
What exact information are we trying to gain from what's the other area called? Not the platform,
The headquarters?
the headquarters. Is there anything specific we're looking for there, or would you just
Ye-
like that to be our main
Oh,
area to
yeah,
attack?
I did forget to mention that. So in the headquarters, it is believed that that is where the last of the data files are located in order to fully stick the cartel into their nefarious, what has been suspected of being their uh basically all of the wrongdoing that's happening in the system. It's believed that the last two files that are needed to finally track the credits back to the cartel, that they're the source of the problem, is back in their headquarters. The files that you guys got from that office inside the city were incomplete, and this is the only other spot that the rebel base are able to conclude that the files are at.
So
Well,
out of
we
all the
definitely
illegal
need
shit we've done, out of all of the illegal shit, between the disappearances to the blood murders that have happened out of the city, even though the police care about what has happened and what we've done up to this point,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest concern for us is that we have completed every single thing except for the very moment that we're trying to get, which is part of the data that's still
Mm-hmm.
inside the base.
It's the last bit of
While
information to tie the knot if the cartel is actually behind all of the wrongdoings or not.
to, to
Currently,
liberate
it's just been speculation and um, sloppy evidence at best. But the rest of
we've
this information will be able to solidify it.
yeah
That's what the rebellion leaders believe.
the for us as individuals, if we were to think about it as a group, we have found what's possibly physical evidence due to the wooden chests and everything else that we spent the night with. We've also seen a part of their operations. We've seen how sketchy they are. Given everything that's happened, we've also gone and received, when we pretended to know, uh, or pretended to be a part of their gang, and gained the information using that splicing advance that we used. We were able to gain special account information that specifically, without legal warrant, tied them to illegal operations, usually
Not
with
quite.
wood cutting. I thought so,
No,
but we
no.
weren't quite entirely sure of it.
You were not able. There's no hard evidence that ties the
Okay,
cartel to anything nefarious, even though like you guys found
we just
weapons and stuff
suspect
like
it.
that. But how else are you supposed to protect your trade lanes if your guards don't have weapons?
True,
They
true.
haven't technically done anything illegal. There's been no hard evidence. You can speculate
And
and you can be angry all you want at the cartel,
oh no,
but
I'm
they
not.
haven't done anything illegal yet.
I would
You
hope
haven't been
none
able to
none the
prove
rest of my
anything.
teammates are either, because I have specifically stated, and not saying as their captain, but I have kind of talked about it like Captain Jack Sparrow. that we do not care about whether or not who is righteous or not. We've just been like, no, listen, mate, this is just the job.
The city guards and the police, basically the city just sees you guys as vigilantes and shooting people up in the streets so far, or
sorry,
cutting down in half.
The cartel was using highly illegal thermal detonators, so that I mean, that might
You
count for
guys have to
something.
you guys have to explain shit to everybody. I don't give a fuck because that wasn't my purpose. My purpose is to be who I am, which was what I was beforehand. The only difference is how confidently I talk to you guys or talk to other people.
Yeah.
Given the situation, because everything I've done up to this end, I can expressly be like, oh yeah, no, this is part of my character, like blah blah blah. Like I left free intuition to explain it, except for certain situations that I had to try and explain to myself.
Okay, so what are
You guys have totally
what are you
done it.
guys doing? Because we've spent already half an hour and it's already 12:30, and I can't
You
stay
have
up
to.
too much later. What are you guys
Well,
doing?
that's too bad. You have to accept it.
What's the plan?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't know where he went because I know he
Send him
just
another
got
invite.
DC'd.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's back.
My idea is still for myself and Fenrir to make a full distraction and get the attention of all the creatures or all the beings around us as much as possible, making a hoo-ha, explosions, whatever be the case, to draw the attention while Lucian and Aurora and the rest of the gang try to make stealth check or to stealthily move throughout the base to do whatever they need to do.
The main issue is how long do you think you can survive while we do this?
I can't say version metagame wise, but let me double check my character. Again, I'm not gonna. I should be fine, especially since we took a long rest. Myself should be fine. I don't know how
Um,
well Fenrir will do, but Fenrir will probably be okay based off of his stats and everything that goes
question
with
would be,
it. Did you
um,
also add the 1900 XP to yourself? Because you should
yeah,
probably close to level 5 if you didn't add that
I have no
1900 XP to you.
idea that. Io, do we have any idea on their numbers? Or are we going like mostly blind?
I would
We're
say
going
make a
mostly blind.
history check.
Okay.
So if you
Cool.
need to, you can just roll it d20, and I can look at your character sheet and see what your bonuses are. You are playing as Aurora. There we go.
Not Kiva.
Yeah, not that guy. Who likes that guy? You said.
Or it's going to be a lore. My bad. Keeping those two mixed up.
Lore,
You
right?
have a
Okay.
+2.
I rolled a 4.
Okay. So you aren't quite sure exactly the amount of numbers, but you know that they had a lot of guards in the city, so they probably just have a lot of guards at their base.
You know, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but with the numbers they're likely to have, I don't know if there's any distraction you can have that's more effective than them attacking the platform anyway. It might be better for us just to stay as a group and we can stealth if we want, or we can walk in like we usually do.
The problem is whether or not the attack at the platform is happening at did we on a side note,
We
are
can even delay
we
the attack a little bit
like
after the platform
if
attack.
we had them delay the action to respond to like I honestly in response if we're still talking about this prior to what's going on, I would be worried that if we allowed them to attack first and draw the attention to the platform, that we would lose the platform in anything that we don't secure at the main base, that they would just use the platform to escape. Whereas if we used a main security issue here at the
We don't
main
care if
base,
you do it.
the platform and our secondary force can resolve the issue and converge on the main one, while the diversionary force continues to focus on what's going on around them, and try and focus the firepower on them until everyone else has secured their positions and then refocuses on the zone. That would be the most ideal and logical aspect, given, um, if I'm going to, and again, because if we haven't ascended into this position, based on our abilities, I can say that myself and someone like Fenrir or someone else that can continue combination, we should be able to defend ourselves logically, given the situation, and be able to move on, forcing the opponent to move further on our location, or to move on to the other locations and be able to and force a wedge. Either they have to focus on protecting the fact that there's a piercing location in the front, and that they have attacking locations simultaneously at the landing platform and at another location at the same base, or they have to deal with the fact that there's a giant ass wolf and some guy with a shield protecting that wolf at the main base, and the fact that there's a lot of shit going on, and that they have to deal with the fact that that's going on and have to move a lot of troops in. And then in which case we can probably envelop and circle them, and force the surrender, if not complete annihilation of all opponents that we have. That's as someone in my perspective, that's what I would think I would try and do given our numbers and our abilities. I would think that that's a possibility. But I understand where you're coming from, and I don't want to disproportionate what you're explaining. So please go ahead with your explanation before we decide to do this.
I say, I understand what you're going for. And I say, let's keep both these ideas in the back of our head, and then we can decide once we see the battlefield. If we think it's viable to do so and split off, we can. But I think if not, we stick together, because the main thing we're after is the information. We're not here to kill everyone. If that happens, it happens. But we're not here for a slaughter fest. We're here to get information so they get shut out
Right, but
by.
we want to make sure that we get it as fast as we can, because the faster we can get this information out, or get the information, the less likely they have to have escaped or deleted it. Because right now, we already know that as a majority of Kularan, or as if I were to revolve back to the map, that with the one specific side that we've been mainly working on, we'll just say Kularan. Um, that we know that Kalaran is trying to get rid of the Methatharan cartel. That we know that it's been a complicated issue for us at up to this point. It's the whole reason why our ship hasn't been built or repaired in the appropriate amount of time, and everything else, in which way we're trying to get out of here. The problem is that whether or not their legitimacy, which is in quotes, um, their legitimacy is the question. And if that's the case, then they want us to do this as fast as possible to be able to get the information before it's, in quotes, deleted or removed. It never existed. So we're either trying to do this as a surprise, a quick extraction of the information, or we're trying to do this as a full frontal. We're going to wipe out everything as fast as we can and try and get to the mainframe with the data hack that we have to be able to receive the information. Either way, it comes down to like there's probably like four different ways that we could probably do this. Maybe more if you figured out another idea. But primarily, like the two main ways is either that we use a distraction and push in. We I guess the three ways. We full try to stealthily move in, even though that they're aware that we're possibly going to move in, or uh, we move in, we gather the information as best as we can, or we completely take over the situation completely. Like no matter if they leave or not, we're or someone else is in control. Preferably someone
Here's,
from the planet.
here's my
That's
final stance on this. After this, I'm
uh,
leaving, and you can decide if you, how you want to go about it by your own self position. I say our distraction is our other forces attacking the platform. I don't think we need to split to do that. We don't need our own personal forces being part of the distracting. And then we move in on the main base to extract information. Now, if you don't want to do that, you position yourself with your own plan,
no,
and
that's
we can just
fine.
work off of it.
I think that if that's going to be the case, based off of where the platform is in comparison to the base, from what I remember, we should have them attack like 15 to 20 minutes beforehand so that they're forced to send units to the base, leaving the original base to be
Yeah, I
exposed
think
for us to be able
we
to
should delay
make
our break.
X file. Because if we do it the other way around, then we're still forcing ourselves to deal with majority of it, and then we have the Gungans dealing with what would be the extraction zone, and we have to hope that they kept zone instead of having to deal with some kind of special like a vanguard or elite unit. Where if we have them attack the zone and then they take on the initial beginning force uh,
Mhm.
to protect it, I, and Lucian should be able to take on any kind of vanguard or extra vanguard or secondary unit that would be protecting the retreat, and we should be able to deal with that as an issue. The original idea was to have them attack and then have um, Fenrir and myself attack as like the middle combination as a way for them to be like, oh, we already sent units to deal with the landfill or the land. I want to say not landmine. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. The airfield. They were supposed to go and deal with the airfield, and then we came up the middle, and those two and now what are your main units supposed to do? It's like bring like if you were talking about like football or something like that, you'd have to deal with bringing your guard or tackle over to deal with that lineman that just opened up a huge gap in your defense. So you'd be like, oh no, fuck, I have to deal with that because obviously my quarterback's out of the pocket.
Okay, so what are you
And
guys doing? Because right now
Yeah.
I am, but I was just
we're getting
explaining
off
it.
topic.
Sorry,
We're getting
I
in
am,
the
I am.
football. We
I
need
I
to make a
explained
decision.
it in a football situation because I didn't know how well
Yeah.
enough
How about this,
everyone is going to deal
Lucian?
with
You
it
you can
in
be
a
you
tactical.
can be our breaker. What's your thought?
I don't think we should separate. I don't. I mean, if we
That's
we
fine.
go
We don't have
together
to
wherever we
separate.
go.
We don't have to separate. We can have the Gungans do a breakpoint action on the landing platform to drive additional attention away from us while we make an assault on the facility.
And
But
you
I
see
have to make sure that
Brofjordal
you guys
throws
are
his
okay
hands
with it.
up into the air. He go, Misa say that the 20 the minutes ago.
I said no.
Ah!
Misa
Uh,
Bombad mad.
let's move on.
As I tried to talk to him
Y-
again in Gungan, basically explaining the same thing but
Yeah.
in a different concept.
You see at this point, we'll just like you guys are doing this like episode 1 battle, like the battle plan where they're hovering around the where all of the different like the Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and like all of the Naboo guard are
Looking
hovering
at the
around
palace.
this hologram that has the palace and like the city layout. Um, at this point, like you guys have been so engrossed in on this hologram that now around you, you notice that y'all are outnumbered greatly by Gungans who have a variety of blaster pistols and they're called atlatls, which is the tool that they use to throw the energy balls. They have like some of those, and you see that they have like shields, and like they're getting antsy at this point. Hearing all this talk about fighting, and they're like Energizer Bunny ready to go.
I'm ready as well.
All right. So, if you're ready, I am gonna bring. If y'all are all ready, I am going to bring you to the next map.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to all the Gungans that are
Mhm.
currently listening to us, right? And using my Gungan language, I'm gonna
Mhm.
say, Musa mula yusa per Allah degu yusa obey misa.
They all turn towards their commander, and they kind of shake their head no, and then they all look towards Yurtle, Brough Yurtle.
Okay. Okay. I'll hang my head down a little bit, but I'll move on and accept our movement.
Um, so
Go on. Sorry.
we'll bring you guys over to the next map. So, for those of you that are on your journey, it's a big map. You got to zoom out a little bit. You might be zoomed way in. I know for me, it started me zoomed way in. But this
I
is
remember
what
this
you
one.
guys see as you approach the Metatheran
Go on,
cartel.
continue.
There comes a moment, maybe about 100, maybe 200 yards, before you actually see the base. You maybe start to see just the top of the base, as it's kind of got the jungle has already started to grow in on it and above it. Ruff will take a moment with his soldiers, and he's going. You guys will be able to hear all of this. He's going to instruct his soldiers to set their weapons to stun, and he says, "It's what the Goethe would have wanted." And you see some of the Gungans start to manipulate their blaster pistols.
Um,
Are
I
you
guess
guys going to have your
slightly
weapons set to stun, or you can leave them lethal?
to metagame slightly. As we discussed on the private part, we were gonna originally have the main or the squad that's attacking the landing platform attack first to draw attention.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting
Okay,
there. Just
meaning
you
and
guys are a
no
little bit
disrespect.
away from the base.
I do not.
Nothing has started yet.
I
The
do
only
not.
I
thing
don't
that
have the option of non-lethal.
I
yeah.
leave it on lethal.
Okay.
I have loudly proclaimed to both my allies and myself that I am essentially a mercenary for hire. That
Okay.
that this is my job.
Aurora, your weapons. I forget exactly what you. So if you're using like
I don't have anything with
your chakram and stuff,
I was like, I
you
don't know
can
about Aurora, but
choose.
Illusion's got a fucking lightsaber.
So
I
just
know I
hold
can
on.
attack usually if I choose so, but I mean that depends.
He's
Yeah.
got a
So
chakram. I remember
the idea is if you're attacking with like a weapon that doesn't have a stun feature, you can choose to do non-lethal damage. You're not going to. It doesn't do reduced damage, but the idea is that when they hit 0 hit points, they would go unconscious, as opposed to just outright dying, because they're NPCs. they don't have like death saving throws or anything like that. Just when they hit 0 hit points, either they go unconscious or they die. So in the aspect of like with the lightsaber, there isn't a stun option on the lightsaber, and just from the nature of it being a lightsaber, there is no stun or non-lethal damage that you want to do. But if you
I would
wanted to
figure
use
it'd
a
be
different weapon, you
hitting
could
him with
do.
the hilt of
Well,
the
yeah, you can
blade.
hit the hilt.
Yeah, I guess yeah. If you wanted to, you could
But
use
that's
your lightsaber as like a baton, and but you're not using it like as a weapon. It would be
yeah.
like an improvised weapon.
I
But
was
if
gonna
you
say they have
wanted
to
to
be within
use a
like
different
5
weapon, you
meters or
would
some
be
shit.
more than you. If you wanted to use a different weapon, if you wanted to choose to do things non-lethally and just have them fall unconscious,
Melee or
you
hand to
can
hand.
you can use another weapon. It
Okay.
can't be a lightsaber because Star Wars.
An active lightsaber. An active lightsaber, right? Like if he just has it turned off, it's okay. If he just hits someone over the head with
Yeah,
the lightsaber, it's like yeah, that's
you
right,
maybe
bitch.
would do 1 plus your strength mod if you wanted to use your deactivated lightsaber as a metal tube.
Same thing with when I use my vibro dagger when it's turned off. Just I didn't use my vibro weapon. That'd be hilarious.
Lucian, what are your plans?
I'm gonna take the gear I have.
So you're gonna keep it active, lethal. Essentially, is
I
what he's
mean,
asking. Do you want to
Yeah.
go lethal or non-lethal first starting off? Luke Skywalker from Episode 6 with no lightsaber active right away, or are you gonna go full frontal like Luke Skywalker without the lightsaber, but like Episode 4? You know, where he's willing to shoot and use the Force to be able to hit like special closing doors
knows.
or other applications. Well, of course he knows, but I'm just trying to make it more special.
I will ignite my lightsaber when I deem I need to. I have non-lethal combat skills anyways, but I'm currently not using them.
Okay, sounds good. Like I said before, some of the Gungans take their blaster pistols, or their
Actually
weapons,
appreciate
and they start to manipulate with them a little bit. Some of them set them in the stun. And you guys are getting close enough to the cartel base. If you guys are wanting to be stealthy, go ahead and make stealth checks. We'll just do it as a group check. We'll take the averages.
Would we be
Oh,
willing to
also,
make it at advantage due to the other force was willing to was the other force is supposed to be attacking first, drawing the attention?
Um, I will say that if you're coordinating the attack on the landing platform with the movements that you guys are going to do here, I would say yes. So
Originally,
make your
that's the
stealth
idea.
make your stealth checks at advantage, each of you, and then we'll just end up taking an average.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to make another
Nice.
roll then.
Yep.
19 for me.
19 for you. That is insane. That's really good. Oh my gosh. You have a +6. That's you rolled bad if you got a +6.
4
Yep.
for finish.
No, you rolled a 19 and a 12, Jordan, for your stealth. You've already rolled it.
Oh,
And
Yeah, that's all.
and
No,
Zach's
the
got a
second one was for finish.
I did a 2 and a 20,
okay. So you
right?
guys feel that you are sufficiently stealthy, and that
Right before
as you approach closer towards the cartel base, you see that there are only 3 guards standing outside of this. There's kind of a walkway or a bridge. My bad. There's a bridge that leads towards the rest of the base. So I will, because I know it's not the best. So there's 3 guards that you see that are in this area here, and the bridge that leads into the base. And just because of this map, there isn't a bridge here, or there isn't not a bridge. My goodness, there isn't a ladder here. This does not exist.
Hold on. You're gonna have to explain that to me. So let me update the page because I didn't see the ladder or anything update, and I know that Johan's also relying on
Let me
that
make sure that
picture.
there's.
It's not that you didn't do anything wrong. It's just that my system may
No.
not update properly.
Yeah.
So let me just I'll
You're not on
update that
screen
before
right
we
now.
go on. Okay, so I'll zoom back in here. Okay, I see an arrow pointing towards what looks like a yellowish black item. Is that what you're trying to talk about right there?
So
There's
Or
a
are you
the
talking about
squiggly
the
line on the ladder.
squiggly
Yeah.
line on the? Okay, there's a squiggly line on the ladder.
Yeah.
Rebel, you're not streaming anymore. I can't see.
Oh, I'm not. Hold on, let me double check then. Sorry, I apologize, you guys. I'm just trying to make sure that this. Does that show up?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go silent. I gotta clean my glasses, but apparently that squiggly line on the ladder doesn't exist, and something else. So I'm gonna let him explain that.
Yeah. Uh, the
And that is that purple is just coming in from.
Yeah, so currently you guys are on the kind of just this north area, the northeast part of the map. That's where you guys are currently at. There
Okay.
are 3 guards that are in front of the bridge, and it appears that one of them is tinkering what looks like to be a huge auto turret. They without you guys don't need to do any kind of checks or anything, but it does appear that those turrets are almost activated, but they seem to be powered off at the moment. They're like their gun. The way that I envision it is like they're the barrels of the guns are like currently at their lowest position, and they're just like they're not moving. Like they're just powered off, and they're like in a resting
You
position,
said
I
you said
guess.
they're turrets.
Yes,
Obviously you
there
have
are
that
2
in because
turrets
I'm.
that flank the front of the bridge, and they seem to be powered
Um,
off. There's currently
I'm.
one car right
Okay.
that is tinkering inside of a panel with one of them, and there's only 2 that are standing watch. But you guys rolled really well on your stealth checks, and they seem to be unawares of your location. Behind you, there are about 25 to 30 Gungans, and Brafirdo, the Gungan commander. They are just patiently waiting for a signal or to basically start shooting up the place.
Does it look
On a
like
reserve
you can
note before
self
Johan
pass
says something
them?
because he's trying to say something right now and we're both like talking over each other. So as on a reserve note, I appreciate you bringing the turrets concept in because I know that you were trying to also add in stuff given to Noel's thing. But if apologize again, Johan. But may I use my artillerist kit along with the information I use to discern what kind of turrets they are
They're turbo
and
lasers.
they're turbo lasers. Are they anti-infantry or are they like anti-vehicle? Like, given my proficiency
They're
with
just
that and the fact that I have artillerist kit, how am I discerning what kind of these are? Are they like
they're
anti-vehicle,
just turbo lasers.
anti-infantry
There's nothing fancy about them. They're
on
the only
tripods?
thing noted that's of note with the turbo lasers is that they're currently off, and that one of them is being worked on.
Are they okay? And I respect where you're coming from, but as a Star Wars fan, are they the big shiny little tower or are they the fucking satellite dish? I guess is where I'm trying to get at with
They're
that.
like the like the white towers that are on the Hoth planet.
Okay, so they're the
That's
white
kind of
towers,
what
not the
they're kind of
satellite
what they're
dish.
like. Yeah, no, they're not the
Okay.
satellite dish. No, no, no.
Okay, so those are at least based on that version. If we're going based on like
Hmm.
the other one, that's basically like an anti-infantry turret.
Yeah.
but it's in a slightly different form. And the reason I ask that is because there is a little difference. The dish
Mhm.
one is anti-infantry, and then in reality there is the one that they set up to try and attack the Millennium Falcon, and that is considered like basically the turret you would set up as an officer on Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
these
like a completely
ones,
different
yeah.
aspect, and I just needed to make sure where
Mhm.
we're at with which one. Like you said, it's working, but I want to make sure that we're not just running out
Yeah.
in front of a turret that's gonna just murder us from like Empire at War kind of thing that you
Yeah.
set up as a thing on
Oh,
the side, and you're just
oh,
like, well,
right.
fuck me, I just sent an entire platoon.
Yeah, I gotcha. So yeah, they're two of these turbo laser turrets that if they were to be powered on, that it would be bad news bears. But they are currently off, and one of them is being worked on.
Okay. Do I know is it the north or south one or which one? Which one looks like the mechanics working
There
on
is
it
a Cartwright working on the southern turret.
on the southern turret?
And at one point, you hear what sounds like to be whatever the name of the language is in Cartwright. He kind of yells, and you assume that it's some kind of curse word or slur in their language.
I would like to do something.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Um,
Turn to him.
Johan, did you have some? You were trying to talk at the same time as him. What were you going to
Sorry.
say before I start?
I was gonna ask if like we could pass by them without them seeing us, but how stealthy
Mm,
we feel.
No, there would be no way for you to be able to get past the Cartwrights and then get into the headquarters.
We should have. I think what he's going by the presumption is that we have a lot of guys that are behind us, like normal Gungans that are already going with us, as well as there's already attention brought on by the fact that the landing platform is being attacked. So people are already alert to the fact that there's something going on,
Yeah.
and that we're basically the spear front of the
Mhm.
surprise force against the normal base.
Yeah.
Is my assumption
Yeah.
off of this situation.
So right now, no, there's no alarms that are going off. Everything seems to be um to put it into Jordan in in Ghost Recon, all of the guards are like they're just in their idle animations and they're doing their routes. They're not on alert basically.
What does the northwestern portion of the map look like?
It is on the same level, and there is basically there isn't a a path to the base.
Armor
Not for
Avalon
normal
So
protection.
people, but I can
yeah,
fly.
the only way in and out of the base by land is this little bridge.
Okay. Okay, no to whatever you were gonna do.
Holy
Okay,
shit, that
I
thing's long as fuck.
put armor aboleth on myself.
Okay,
I put heightened senses on myself and instinctive movement. I haven't got heightened senses up there yet.
that's okay.
And I'm going to use my dual speed to dash all the way over to them.
Are
So
you
I
gonna do
got
your speed combo thing?
yes, and
Okay,
I'm going
all right,
to
gotcha.
get about right in the middle of them, and I'm going to, before they can react, use
Uh-huh.
Cloud Mind and try to knock them all out.
Okay. I would say, well, what was your stealth again? You had a crazy stealth, didn't you? Yeah, you had a 22.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say you are able to catch them off guard enough with your speed combo and the stealth that you had. Um, you are able to get off that cloud mind without them being able to
While
react to you.
he's doing that,
Hmm.
I would like to fly over just me to the northwestern portion of the map
Okay.
to position myself in case whatever he's doing fails, so I can have a shot. And I'll just enhance my bow and like prepare.
Okay. Gotcha. I put your little token over there. It's a fairly big map, but I got your token over there. And Ryan, if you want to put your token at where you want it to be at in the
Okay,
By the
position of
time
these
you get
guys.
done doing whatever the fuck you're doing within 6 seconds. Please show me like the direction on line that you made to make this this decision within 6 seconds, because you made like a fuck ton of
what
movement.
was it?
All
What
right.
was it? 5d8.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay.
No, I don't care what. Like, obviously, he can do whatever the fuck he wants within a very short. Like
What am I
that whole
doing?
distance of map. You told me he can do whatever he wants because he has like quadruple the distance of feet that you have designated.
Um,
I've looked at what my indicator shows. I know he can make it. I don't give a fuck. But I want to know because I gotta look at him and gape when he does it and comes back to me like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll your 5d8. I'll let you know that you have fought against these a similar I think the word caliber fits really well with this. A similar caliber of Cartwright guard. You know that they have 12 hit points each.
um, I would like, unless there's like guards in the way, to move closer towards like where the water is, while still staying kind of hidden.
Okay.
ignore the first one, but that's my 5d8s.
Okay. 19. You are able to knock out one of them. Which one would it be? Right,
Okay,
because
which one was
that's
the
the knockout one.
which gun was not being worked on?
The northern one.
The north. Okay, the red guy's knocked out,
Okay. All right. I will adjust his token. We'll put it to that
and
one.
then yeah, that would be my turn.
Okay. Gotcha. So the only person to not act yet is Silvaris. What would you like to
Now
do?
I have another question.
Yep.
Did
Yeah. Go
they
ahead.
notice the blue and green? Have they seen me, or am I stealthy enough that they haven't seen me yet as I pass by? And I did my thing.
Mm-hmm. So I
It
would
knocked out the
say.
guy behind me, but
I will say they after everything, now they notice you, or at least the blue one notices you. Probably the green one as well. But you're able to pull this move off without being noticed. But now that you've pulled the move off, they see you now.
okay, that's my turn.
Mm-hmm. So Savaris, what are you doing?
I'm sorry. Did we take initiative? I know we were kind of
No, not yet.
surprising this.
But go ahead and what would you like to do?
Okay. As I'm kind of, because I'm going to assume that I'm lower on the initiative order based on their fucking.
We don't have
I would-
initiative at this moment.
I know. I was just surprised by the fact of what Lucian had accomplished. I'm gonna stare agape,
Okay.
a bit surprised as I look over at Fenrir and go, "What in the spit was that?" And then I'm going to charge forward towards the red one with my shield active, and I'm going to try and take a shot using my disruptor pistol. So I'm gonna move max distance.
Alrighty.
After being, or no, I'm gonna move half distance because I was surprised part of that, and I was like surprised that Lucian was gonna do it. So I'm gonna move half distance, and then I'm gonna take my shot at the what I think is the fifth, at the red one.
Okay.
Let me bring up my
He's
character
currently
sheet.
unconscious, laying on the ground, so he's technically prone. So it's a bit of a difficult shot from that distance. Also, what is the distance on your blaster?
That's what I was trying. I was honestly trying to figure out my information right now. So let's see.
Your disruptor pistol.
My
45 over
disruptor
180.
pistols, 45 to 180, which based on distance, even right now to that, if I moved max distance, that's 145 is the total. I move half my total, which is 15, which would be what, like 3? Because it's what, 5 blocks for each?
Yeah.
Or 3 block, or 1 block for each 5, so
Correct.
if I move this, right here, I should be able to make a shot of.
Hmm. The funny is, even if he wasn't prone, you would still have disadvantage on this shot.
Yeah. You're at
120,
100. You're at 125, 130 feet. It's a fairly
which
difficult
would have
shot.
normally. It would
How
be
range weapons
normally
work?
disadvantage, but because it's also advantage, I just go normal.
No. You're at
Right?
double disadvantage right now.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Well, I got
because
one.
he's.
I got
When
45 to one
when a ranged
to.
Mm-hmm.
weapon when a ranged weapon shoots a prone target, it's disadvantage.
Yep.
But
Is
then
Because
it?
he's.
also you're at your extended weapon range, so you also have disadvantage because you're too
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
far.
okay. Well, that's fine. I'll take disadvantage at it.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't give a fuck.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it at
Out of
disadvantage.
the respectfulness, I didn't expect it to happen the way it did. Like, I don't give a shit. I was trying, and I was like, oh fuck, I guess we'll just start. Like,
Yep.
what am I gonna do? All right, so disadvantage. We'll take a shot at the red one with my disruptor pistol. And I got 11.
That just misses.
All right.
Super close. So yeah, your blaster shot, your disruptor pistol shot rings out through the sky, and um, now for sure the two Carite guards that are standing lookout on the bridge
Before
are
we
aware
roll
of you.
initiative,
Hmm.
can I possibly, if not get there, start flying down towards the bridge?
Okay.
Oh, I thought both you guys had already done your turn. When I did this
We're
situation, I thought both of you
Hmm.
guys
we're
had
not on
already
initiative.
placed your turn
We're not
before we
initiative.
done initiative. I thought this was a surprise round between the amongst of us, and I was
Hmm.
the last to go. That's literally
So
what was happening. I don't fucking know.
what
You
what I
guys
will
can
say,
decide it, but
what I
that's
will
what I thought
say,
would happen.
as you shoot at the car, right, the other Gungans that are behind you all flank you, and they shoot at the guards as well, and just through the sheer amount of um I'll just say uh shots. Let's actually, through the power
Pretty
of
sure it's
the
like 30
internet.
people behind me.
Hold up,
Yeah,
hold
I
up,
was
hold
like,
up.
respectfully, I thought Ryan was the initiator of the true combat
So,
situation where we were gonna start our thing, and we were all taking our opportunity of surprise. That's literally what
Well,
I thought was happening,
mhm.
and I was the final
you can
person
say it
because
was a
truly,
surprise.
I'm the
That's
lowest. I'm the
that's fine.
slowest.
So through
Yeah,
the aggressive action taken by Silvaris has prompted the other troops behind him, and there's three crits in there. So I'm gonna safely say that those three guards are dead, as a variety of regular energy bolts are shot out, and a variety of stun energy bolts fly out. Where I kind of envision the stun version is kind of like in episode 4, or I think they also have there's some stun shooting done in the Clone Wars as well, where it's like this blue ring that comes out of the barrel. It kind of grows and then it comes back together really small by the time it hits the target. And we'll say that the two are that were not knocked out are killed, and the one guard um, that had been knocked unconscious, had his mind clouded, is knocked unconscious and out for the fight. But the Gungans do their war cry, and they hold their blasters up in the air, and they're like, "Let's go get him!" And Broth leads the charge onto the bridge.
nice to have some backup once in a while. I'll fly down and beckon for Fenrir to meet at the bridge.
Okay, I'll move your token here next to the Lucians. You guys are on the bridge.
Are we ready? I shout out to the army. Are you ready?
Oh, go ahead and make a charisma check for me, please.
Oh boy, I'm good at these, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The DC is not very high because the Gungans are already amped up, and it's just to see if they get amped up even more.
Man, I hope you're good at these.
Am I just doing straight charisma, or I'm doing
I
like a persuasion?
just do a well, whichever one you want. If you want it to be like a persuasion, that works for me. Whatever you have is highest. Okay, we'll go with the
15.
first one, 15, but you have advantage turned on at the moment.
Okay.
15. It was. I mean, even honestly, with the 5, it was good enough. So the Gungans are like they like all cheer in unison, and they wave their blaster pistols in the air, and they're like, "Finally, killing!" And then you see some of them like look over at the one yelling "killing," and they're like, he's kind of he's on something." And but the energy like maintains, and you guys
I imagine one of them is riding Fenrir.
a Gungan riding a wolf.
That's our
That's
robot
great.
Kira. Like
There you go.
woohoo, killing.
Yes.
They're like,
Yes.
okay, I guess.
So yes, before you is a set of currently, because of the swift execution um outside of the base, you guys come up to the front blast doors, and there is a control panel in front of you. The turrets do not turn on that were flanking both sides of the fridge. They don't power on or anything. And you now have a very energized group of Gungans with you, standing outside of the Metatheran cartel base.
Did we
I would like
already
to
make
check.
like initiative order
Have, like,
between the group before we make this like thing, like
We
for
can roll
being able to
initiative now.
communicate
That works.
between us communicating and everything else? Because I know that it's a free action between our turn, but I know that we all kind of took like a certain. So I'm just asking you as
Yeah,
DM.
go ahead and roll initiative. We'll do initiative now as you guys enter into the base. Ooh, a 5. A natural 1 from Ryan. And then Jordan, make sure you have
I needed a rest after moving that quick.
yeah, you do. Okay, you're good. You're good, Jordan. You just rolled one time. An 11 and an 11. What is you have a dex of +4. So Jordan, in the order, because you guys had
Well,
the
if he have
same number,
activated
he
it
would go
off his
first.
effect, right?
He would go before Zach. So we
What
got
about Fenrir? Because he should have his own
no.
dex,
Fenrir
right?
goes
Like
on.
at the same time.
Fenrir goes on Aurora's turn.
Okay.
Okay. So we got. Well, I'm gonna put Ryan down at the bottom of my paper because he rolled a 1. All
just
right.
like have a whole like 25-line paper and just put
I
us
have
at the
a
top.
legal pad. That's how I keep track of my initiative. I have a legal pad, so it's got all the lines. I just put Ryan at the bottom one. Okay. So you
Ryan, bitch. No, I'm joking.
last.
Oh,
Okay.
so was it me first?
Okay. And then, so
Or
then we got Jordan, and then we got Zach. Let's put you guys
Okay,
right
and
next
then
to each
whatever
other.
you have to do for. Oh no, we're doing it prior to we start actual combat, right? Okay.
So I would like to check the bodies for like a key card or anything.
Oh
Or if they have
yes,
like
you do
any
find you find
medicinal supplies.
2 essentially key cards to get in through the front
Right.
door.
And then lastly on the search, do they have any like med packs or anything like that? Healing stuff?
Um, they do not. No, you find like
Okay.
maybe there's like 50 credits on each of them.
Oh, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will head up to the door and try to use the key card to
The key card, you swipe it or you put it up against the scanner thing, however it opens, and these huge blast doors that are maybe like 12 feet high, or 12 feet tall. There's a blast of air, and the doors slide open, and before you is the Metatheran cartel base, and it is eerily quiet inside. when you make your first steps in. And I would also remind you guys that you technically haven't declared when you want the other Gungan squad to attack the platform. If you guys still wanted to do that, or you guys wanted to do that before doing anything with entering, you guys can.
They attack now.
They attack now. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Personally, I'm okay with that. I
Nothing.
assumed that they were going to attack
Mhm.
prior to us first striking their place. But if they attacked first and then they attack second, as almost like
Yeah.
a slight simultaneous strike, I'm okay with that too.
Okay. All right. You Abrav will communicate over to the other hit squad, and you wait and you
You're
listen.
okay with that as well,
and
though, right? Sorry to interrupt what you're saying.
mhm,
It's already too late.
Yeah, exactly. It's already too late, but at this point, I gotta make sure it's okay with the other person who has to communicate with us on
mhm,
this situation, because they're very important to this whole situation anyway, and we just haven't heard from them.
mhm.
Noel, Noel,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you okay with what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So you Brafiero, he gives the command over his communicator, and you wait and you kind of listen, half expecting like something to happen, but the platform is too far away to be able to hear any kind of disruption or anything. So this is kind of like
I'm gonna
they've started their attack.
I'm gonna call up the Gungan riding Fenrir.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm gonna give you a position in command. You stick with me. Whenever I have something to say to the group, you will relay it. You understand?
Means to understand. This is a grand honor.
He
Good.
says that he understands. It's actually a great honor, friend.
Oh my god.
And I will proceed forward, and I will not touch the ground. I'll, like, just barely hover above the ground, so I'm not touching it.
Okay. All right. You guys end up
That's
going into the Metatherin cartel base, and after a brief moment, you guys find yourselves into the headquarters proper. And I will bring us over there right now.
Okay.
For a second, I was thinking you were gonna be like, you have opened this huge door, and there's 500 men standing right in front.
You opened this huge gateway to the nine hells, and
Yes.
lo and behold, you've gone into medieval fucking we've gone into Midgard. And
Yeah.
because you've become in Midgard, roll initiative as you now fight Thor.
Yes. Walking through this
You're like,
this
what?
totally normal blast door, you guys get isekai'd into God of War. So I need you guys to.
you got
We're actually
into God
gonna
of War,
s-
and you have to
switch
fight Valkyries.
game systems. We're gonna go play Dungeons and Dragons now.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No,
We are
So
doing
this is a
Dungeons and
really big.
Dragons.
This is a really big map, and I've got a lot of it covered with the fog of war. So it probably looks really dark. But what I've done is on the west side of the map, kind of in the middle of everything, there's a spot where this is where you guys have entered in. I've added in all the different Gungans in there. So the idea is, I believe I've got it colored so that way I got reds, blues, and greens. So each of you gets the first color. So I got two colors. It's a lot. So I may explain it twice. So each of you
sorry.
gets a group of Gungans. They all have the same stats. And just to um, let you guys know, you have an AC of 15, and they have blaster pistols, and they have an attack So they have blaster pistols and they have vibro pikes. So they actually have a reach of 10. You need to go at 2? Okay. We'll try to make it
So
fast. So they have blaster pistols for a ranged weapon, and they have pikes for their melee. And so when you roll a d20 to make an attack, you would add +5. So what we'll do is, Zach, you can take the ones that have the red color on them. Jordan, you can take the blue,
Purple?
and Ryan, you can take the green. The one that has the 3 colors on it is Prof. Yurtle.
okay, I was gonna say we could just put in well, the rating
No, we're just gonna go
as
with
the
that,
FOS
or
numbers.
to speed things up because Ryan does need to go here pretty soon. Which it's going to be you need to go at 2. So is that 45 minutes or is that an hour 45 minutes?
45.
You need to go in 45. So what we'll probably do is just to help speed it up because that's going to slow things way down. You guys can just decide, either like basically where they move and if they attack or not. And then I'll
How
just keep track of like if they die.
I was like, how about you
Just to
just
keep.
do them in 1/3 groups of the same characterization? It's the same thing, kind of like how Solaris made them into one unit, make them into basically one unit fighting
Mm-hmm.
with us against another large unit of
Yeah,
theirs, and then
that makes
our
sense.
guys fight like whatever, and then we fight our thing,
Okay.
and then we just move it on from there. And then there was a super large occurrence that happened, but the numbers were not exaggerated, but like were reduced to a larger scale. Reduced
Okay.
to a larger
Yeah,
scale.
I got you. That's probably would be best. So you guys find yourselves on the west side of the map. Jordan, are you able to see things all right?
Hold on,
Yep.
maybe I need to reset the map,
Okay.
so I'm gonna reset it real quick.
He's okay. So there's the faint outlines that I've revealed with the Fog of War. This is the what I had shared in the Discord under the content channel, where it's the layout of the headquarters.
Yep.
Um, so there is this long hallway, which I will reveal since you guys have stepped into the hallway. You guys are able to see all the way down to here, and there are doors that flank both left and right, all the way down this hallway, and yeah. Why doesn't this look right? Something doesn't look right. I don't think there's
Something
any.
doesn't look right.
I don't think there's any walls.
Well, to me, there's walls. Maybe because you don't have them colored in a different manner, or because you don't have the fog, because of the fog of war for you.
No,
Because to us, the
that's
fog of
not it.
war allows us to see all the way down the hallway, but we can clearly see what's supposed to be the in quotes outline as like part of the fog of war, instead of it being like the outline of the map or the outline of the building. It's technically the outline of the map.
I don't know. Something's not. Something didn't.
Take a look at his stream if you want, Ryan, and
Oh
you'll be
yeah,
able to
that's
see
right.
what he's
That's
talking about.
kind of what I'm explaining. Like I guess maybe I'm explaining it wrong in
Let me
that
see this.
comprehension.
As soon as it
It does
loads.
look strange.
It's not that it really looks strange like that. Literally,
Alright, it's
that
not gonna
looks
let it go.
like if you
Alright,
were playing
so you
if you
guys
were
see
playing a
that
video
there are
game, that
doors
would
that
be
are
literally
flanking
the
both sides of this
max.
hallway, and you guys know
Mm-hmm.
that the hallway diverts down to the left, and that there are several rooms scattered throughout here. Where would you like to go? Jordan, you're technically on top of the initiative right now.
Um, should I remember this place that well? Well, I guess I technically don't, but I guess I'll go towards that first right hallway, and I would like to just to have noticed I will be preparing to activate before any initiative animate weapon on Fenrir to activate his chains.
Okay. All right. So we'll put you basically just coming around the corner here. You are able to see down into. Hold up, I got to do the polygon reveal because otherwise it's gonna make it look kind of funny. You are able to see down into here. I'm gonna try to load it up again and see what it looks like.
Was it like the walls not appearing for you?
Sorry, I'm also going through another page, so you might not see it the same way because I'm going through something stupid.
All right. Yeah, I think it might just be on my end. Interesting. No, it definitely took away. It took away all of the walls. Interesting.
Yeah, I can see that part you revealed, and it's just no wall there.
Yeah. So the spots that I've revealed, there's actually like metal walls that I had put up. I spent so much time putting those walls in. Okay. All right. Whatever.
I'll be
So
honest, the
the
aspect and the location of everything here, no disrespect, feels like the old series video games that we used to play. There's nothing beyond what we're going to fucking experience outside of this place. There's no point in going outside of the walls here. The whole
well, the thing is that
experience
there's
is
rooms
meant
inside
here.
of the base, and that there's walls inside of the base.
Yeah, there's rooms and walls inside of the base, but as far as I know, until we figure it out, but it is right now, I don't know what the fuck's going on. All I know is that we've seen these little portions and the walls on the outside or the exterior are these locations. Like if you look at the can anyone else see the stream? I'm assuming that Johan, you're
I
looking
turned
at
it
the
up. It's
stream.
running too slow. But
Okay. Well, I assume that if everyone that's
and
looking
then
at the stream right now and how it
he gets a
looks,
plus
you
0.
have a general idea of what the
Actually, it's only a
wall
1.
location
It's
is. We
actually
don't
just
know what
fast.
any of the rooms look like. It looks like it shows what the with the really long hallway to the east of us and like the lower or the hallway to the lower east of us go down to other rooms and shit like that. But it doesn't show us anything crazy. It doesn't show us if it breaks off to multiple buildings or what they are. We just know that there's doorways down those hallways, and we
Okay,
have no idea
gotcha.
what they are. And
All
we
right.
have a general idea of what the base
Yes.
layout from our original map that we have. So we have the outline of what everything should
Yeah,
be,
that
but
helps.
we have no idea what all the rooms are. We just know that there's other rooms or that there's hatchways or doorways that go to those
Mm-hmm.
locations.
All right.
So to me,
So
so far this map looks right, but I don't know about everyone else. I don't know what you discerned from what looking down at Aurora. I'm just saying from what I originally see as Solaris,
all right,
this looks
sounds good.
correct.
You're good, Ryan. Okay. So Aurora, when you peer around the corner, you're able to see there's this. It's let's see, how wide is this bad boy? Yeah, it's about 30 feet wide hallway that stretches a long ways, and at the end of it, there is a set of um. So the base is kind of made with this old world, or what we would consider to be, our current time set of doors that swing open, and you are able to see a little ways into the past these doors, and you are able to. Oop, that is putting in a square. Why is there we go. Now I got the right thing. You are able to see just past the doors that there is a group of car rights that are down there, but they do seem to be unaware of your situation. At least
How
at the
big is this
moment.
group?
How big is the group? I would say at this point you're able to see about a dozen.
Then from the information we have gathered, do we know what room or what area the information would most likely be?
You know that it would be in a room labeled records.
Okay. And the group is coming from the bottom right side of the map or from straight ahead? Which way?
Mm-hmm. You're talking about down the hallway?
Yeah, is it coming from the hallway straight from where we're coming from? Is it from the one more downward?
The south.
Oh, I see, I see. Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go straight across and start checking the doors for the
Okay.
room.
So as you step across to the hallway, one of them catches your glow as you go across, and um, as the last bit of your wing cuts across and is out of sight, um, those that are able to see down the hallway see that car right taps the shoulder of the next car right and starts whispering something to him, and one of them is going to come out and start to investigate what is happening, knowing he's seen
Uh,
something, a ghost or a rat or some big flying thing. He's going to go check it out.
I'm gonna turn around and motion to the group behind me to prepare to attack. Just
Okay.
get rid of the pound.
All right. What are you
And I'm gonna
having?
keep checking the door.
What are you going to have Fenrir with with the Gungan mounted on his back? What are
He's
you going to
waiting.
have him do?
He's waiting to attack if need be.
Okay. All right. He does not have that
Like
opportunity to attack at the moment.
readying your action, you mean, kind of thing.
Essentially.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, I'm back.
Let me bring my shit
Alrighty.
back up. Sorry, I kind of backed out of some stuff here because I was looking at something else.
All right. It is currently your turn there, Sir Zach.
Hold on. You might be looking at my thing, but hold on. uh, you come on. You used to think UV's free to frogs? It's supposed to translate in Gungan. It was stupid. But it's supposed to translate to, do you think you guys are cowards? Come with me and rally the Gungans behind me to charge the enemy. Um, Shields first and everything else. I'm trying to inspire them essentially
Okay.
to do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna charge. Ooh, yes, allow. Myself and the other Gungans are gonna attempt to charge southeast towards the Cartwrights that the half dozen or whatever that we think that we see down the hallway
Mm-hmm.
um, right now, and I'm gonna attempt that inspiration. I don't know what kind of rule you want me to
Okay.
go for that.
We'll just say go ahead and roll just a d20, I think. Yeah, just gonna roll a d20, and we'll say that we'll just it's like an attack roll for them. So a 24. So the
24.
Gungans
What the
come
fuck?
up, and
Okay.
we'll say that these tokens represent the different groups of Gungans that are there, and they see the one car right down the hallway, and a volley of blaster fire rings down, and without needing to roll, just through probability, um, he is dead. um, and well, what I'll do is I will to show the carnage. We'll leave him there. Actually, won't delete him. He's dead, and with this volley of fire, the rest of the Cartwrights that are in this area all turn their heads, and they are going to basically what I had set up was this hallway was a bit narrower, and I had like doors and everything. I had this looking really nice.
I mean, they could still be
But
big doors.
the
They could just be those giant blast doors you normally
yeah,
see in all the other ones that close like in that weird hexagonal like shape.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Like I mean I don't know what the fuck you were going for, but originally what were you going for? For the original idea, were you thinking like normal like Star Trek sliding doors kind of
yeah,
thing, or
basically
what
like
were
the Death Star blast doors.
the
They
giant
slide
ones
the
that
yeah.
close and okay, yeah. So no,
Hmm.
I think you had a pretty good idea with those like the side versions,
Hmm.
especially.
So this hallway for the next while, what I'll do is I will just do a freehand here. The this hallway, once the Gungans open up with their blaster pistols, and they have those Gungan shields, that
Hmm.
I think Savaris also has one. Um, basically, this area here is is going to be considered um, basically like a shooting range. That there is being blaster fire that is being exchanged on both sides, and um,
Like
there seems
hazardous
to be
zone or something like that.
yeah. If you cross this area, I will say, let me check my notes because if there's just like that much blaster fire, there's enough blaster fire in there that like you're gonna get hit, but it's gonna be mostly just like by how much. Um, if you do decide to go into this area, you're gonna need to make a dexterity saving throw if you do decide to go in there. Um, but for the moment, um, the Gungans have they're basically in locked combat pretty much. They're shooting back and forth at each other, and there seems to be just this infinite supply of ammo. What seems to be an infinite supply of ammo cutting across this area.
Hell yeah. Okay.
There we go. Or actually, probably um nope, don't want to do that. I just wanted to erase. We'll say that the shields are able to protect this area over here.
Motion.
Sorry.
I don't see that. Well, I don't see what you marked. So one check, one moment, so that way I can reload the
Okay.
thing. I know that Aurora already showed up. Is technically on the other side.
Yeah,
But given
he moved
given our
over there.
situation and everything, I just want to make sure that Lucian also has that same opportunity. So I'm gonna just do a
Mm.
full reload here. I forget that I have
All
to
right.
also
So,
like zoom out. So I'm like,
all
oh
right.
shit, that's right.
So with that, Ryan, it is your turn. Zach, you inspired the if you wanted to
Yep.
move somewhere, I don't know if you have your token on the board, but you
I thought I
commanded
did.
the Gungans to attack, or inspired them so much that they went and attacked on their own free will. Um, where would you like to be
Uh,
at? Where would you like to move to?
I'll say that I'm probably leading out the charge on it. So I'll probably be like 5 to 10. I'm gonna try and put myself 10 meters. Oh, you know what? 5 meters. 5 meters in front of the first Gungan is fine for me.
Okay,
Or within 5 feet of the Gungan, first Gungan is fine with me.
go ahead and
I
make
made the
a
original
dexterity saving throw for me. Well, there's all this blaster fire going around. Um, I would say you could add, like, if you have your shield, you could add whatever kind of bonus
the
that your shield would give you as well.
uh,
Like a
dex
plus
saving
3?
throw. You said. Hold on 1 second. I already get something,
Yeah.
so let's not give me a whole bunch of bullshit because I do actually gain that. Um, A dex saving throw, I have a 16, and then I do actually gain something from my ability, which is I can't remember if it was maneuvery ability or if it was I think it was part of my shield mastery. I'm not incapacitated, a shield AC bonus to any dexterity saving throw you make against the power of a harmful or against the power or harmful effect, where you're wielding a shield, which you were proficient in. Let's see. When you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex, I'll just fucking push it out for us all to see here. Shield. It's part of my shield mastery.
Yeah. All right. So you
So yeah,
take
I already
because you
gained an
succeeded.
extra.
You take 1d6 worth of damage. So you take 4, right? Yeah, 4
When you reduce the
damage.
amount by the amount equal to your proficiency bonus. When a creature you can see damages you while you were wielding a
Yep.
is that what it is? When you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw, you only take half the damage, and when you succeed on the saving throw, you could reduce the action to no damage.
Okay, so you take no
since
damage.
you made me, yeah, okay, yep.
Alrighty.
As long as I made this succession, I don't fucking know. That's up to you.
Yeah. No, you are able to successfully block the blaster fire while you're there. All right, Ryan, it is your turn.
I want to cross the hallway and be over where Aurora is.
Okay.
As best as I can. Which, let's see, that's a lot of distance. So what's normal movement? 30 feet?
I think yours is 30 or 35.
Well, this is within. How long was it since he activated his ability? All of his abilities.
It's been a little while.
Has it been over because some of his things activated within a minute, and I know some of his stuff was within
been a
an
minute.
hour.
It's maybe been about. Yeah, we'll say it's been a minute to get
But
to the
didn't
to
you
the
have a
actual
concentration that
headquarters.
gave you like an hour, hour long ability or something else?
No. Armor Aboleth will last for an hour, but everything else that I did to make me move that quickly, only one of them I got back before I have to make a recast. So, and that one that I got back, I just have to not.
No, I just want to make sure because I was pretty sure
second.
you had something that lasted. I was pretty sure I remember something that popped up that said an hour long. So I was like, wait, you're not losing something by talking about this, right?
Armor
I know you activated a bunch of bullshit, but I have no idea what the fuck it was. I just remember seeing an hour. Okay, so you're saying that one, that Armor Aboleth or whatever is active, but that's about it?
Yeah,
when
everything
you make
else
this
was
option?
a minute long.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm literally only 5 feet past the first red blue guy. So whatever you're doing is whatever you're doing, but that's where I'm at.
All right, Jordan, you're up next. Unless if Ryan, you got something else that you're doing.
Nope, that's it.
Okay. You do have you could take if you wanted to move more. If you wanted to, you could take the dash action. You only move 30 feet. If you wanted to move more, you do have that option as well.
I'm all right. I'm all right at this moment.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, Jordan, it is your turn.
What was it you said I was looking for?
You guys are looking for the room called that is records. Looking for the records room.
I'm gonna keep checking these. Does the doors have name tags on them and stuff?
Yes, they do.
Okay, I will keep going down the hallway while looking for that door.
Okay. So you see that the room to your north is B1, which is the barracks. You see that above both of these doors here.
And what about the south one? Or south one I'm close to.
This one is A1, which is a personnel office.
Okay. Then I will use my main action to dash and move 100 feet down that hallway.
Okay. 100 feet.
And then, yeah, because I have a flying speed of 50.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right.
And then I will
Right,
check
you're
that
right.
other door.
Okay. So this is. Oh, I have a hard time reading this.
Holy
A2.
fuck, I'm wrong.
That one says storage room.
And I'm going to just imbue my weapon with the force and Fenrir with his Gunkin soldier on his back
Yes.
is going to cross. He's going to dash and cross towards me
Okay.
as I yell out to him to come.
Gotcha. What's his movement? Is it 60 or?
You'll be 60, yeah, with
Okay.
the dash.
Cool. He's able to basically get to the other side of the hallway. There's like random blaster bolts that are flying past the Gungan, and he's like, "Whoa, Misa feel alive!" and holding on for dear life.
until he's not. Who's to feel alive? Blap. Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll yell out to the Gunkin, tell your boys, me and you are going down this hallway to check for the Rector's room. And I have him relay that information.
Okay. He's being jostled around too much to be able to to relay that, like holding on their friend rear, as he's never done this before, so he
He's
doesn't know
got
what he's
chains to
doing.
hold on to.
Yeah, a completely
He's
different
got
thing.
stuff
Like,
to hold on to.
I believe, isn't it something about like him being on? Even if it's an intelligent beast, he
Yeah, you
still
have to
has
be
to.
like a,
He
a
makes
mythic.
like half of his ability or some shit like that while attacking or doing anything. Like he does
I
like
don't
half.
know. I don't know
I
his
remember
mounted
there is an
combat.
actual thing. Like there's a companion thing, and then there's if your companion is actually intelligent, like a Fenrir. Like if you were to ride Fenrir as a companion, there's a whole selection on how that
There's
works and
a
the
mythic
intelligence of
combat.
your mount. Technically of your
Yeah.
mount, I guess is
Mm-hmm.
how it states.
All right.
So I
Um,
love that idea. Anyway,
if
continue.
that's everything, Jordan, then Zach, you're up, and Ryan, you're on deck.
Okay.
What's like the ability for like a unintelligent beast? Is it like 4?
It depends. Like
I
the
think
lowest
isn't it?
that it goes to is like 3, but that's like for like I don't know, like a frog or something, or uh just like
A fucking
something
Labrador.
dumb.
Like a
Dogs
golden retriever.
dogs have a bit more intelligence, but
Oh,
yeah,
But I was looking because Henry has an intelligence of 6,
yeah.
so
oh,
he's
that thing's
above.
basically smart enough to talk.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
no,
intelligence
it's
7 is
like
required to talk, right? Isn't it?
I mean,
most
Isn't it
crows
basic
or like
speech?
animal
if an
types
owl has an
is
intelligence
like
of 18, it doesn't mean that it speaks.
Well, that just because you have the ability to talk doesn't make you intelligent.
Yeah,
As Qui-Gon and extremely told us.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that the base level in D&D or whatever in order to speak basic is fucking 7, isn't it? Like I thought that was
I
the
don't know.
base minimum to be able to actually comprehend language.
I'm
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't know. I'm
certain.
asking you guys on
I
this
don't
part. Like
remember.
I thought that was the original, but I'm
okay.
just asking you. I
It
have
says
no idea.
animal
It is
intelligence
now.
typically a range of 1 to 4, and then higher than that they are considered special
Hmm.
Okay.
because they can problem solve. Basically, it's like they're a monkey at the
Yeah.
minimum
I was gonna say
Hmm.
they have to
intelligence.
problem solve to some degree, so you have to understand language to a certain level. And I thought there was I just wasn't sure what the ascension level of what we count because you could talk about a barbarian, like a barbarian could be smart enough to understand like wartime situation because of
Yeah.
how he is, but he also probably might not be able to understand what basic conversation is
Hmm.
like. You know what I mean? But you give him a war map, and he might be the fucking smartest person in on the world. You
Hmm.
know. Anyway,
But it is also your turn, so
So my attempt after we get done with this is seeing what's going on. I'm going to move 15 feet down the hallway,
Okay.
trying to inspire using my free action to uh, rouse or at least convince the rest of the Gungans that we need to move in a phalanx. Misa think we need to move in phalanx style and push down the hallway using our shields.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dexterity
So
saving throw.
yep. Dexterity saving throw.
A 10. Okay. Ooh, lucky on that one. And a little less lucky on that one. So that's a total of 5 damage. And then whatever you need to
Okay.
reduce that by.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is something about reducing my stuff, so I will have to look at that
And
real quick
then
because
I will
I have
do
a few things.
a dexterity. They succeeded. They take 3. So I'm going to mark that down. Alright. Take 3. Alrighty. Is that all you're doing on your turn? Moving south?
How much damage did I take?
5.
Oh, a 5. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the shield mastery, I will take 2 damage.
Okay.
Uh, so let me go to my character real quick, and I will remove that. And did I need to make a performance check or anything like that, to inspire the Gungans to move down with me down the hallway, or am I running
No.
just running on this by myself?
They will move a little bit. They're a little bit more cautious, as some of them do take some of the blaster fire. But in return, they also take out 3 of the guards.
Okay. Um, I will reserve what action I do have to guard any additional units that are in my position. I
Okay.
didn't technically use my bonus action or anything,
As
but
you
I will use
move
this as my main
farther
reaction.
south, you are able to peer a little bit more into the room, and there are more guards. All right, Ryan, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to do nothing this turn because I need to spend a turn of 0 movement for me
We can
to
say that you
regain
spent
my.
a turn of 0 movement during the minute that it took to get down here.
Honestly, I'm okay with either one. It's like it sounds hilarious. He's just like,
Yeah,
yes,
you
forgive.
in the minute between the uh entering into the base and getting to the main part of the
Those
headquarters,
fucking
we'll say
losers.
that you regain that ability. I'm fine with that.
Okay, I'm going to then, that being the case, I'm going to use another point of force to use my ability. Um, well, it's not an ability, but my instinctive movement.
Mm-hmm.
The level 1.
Yep.
Sorry, it takes a minute. I gotta flip back and forth.
You're
It
good.
didn't come up.
Good, bro.
Did it come up? It did come up. Okay.
Yeah.
So that puts a 5 to my movement. So my
Mm-hmm.
movement is now 35. And then I'm going to use my Leonine agility to double my speed,
Mm-hmm.
which will make it 70.
90? Oh yeah, 30. Yeah, right.
I cannot do the other one because combat's already started. So
Mm-hmm. So yeah, at 70 feet. We just put you on the other side of Fenrir, if you so wish, to continue that way.
yes, that
Okay.
is my desire, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Jordan, you are up.
I'm gonna keep
Also, I
going.
have to say this does last a minute, and I do have another point of speed I can spend.
Okay.
Okay, which will just give me another 5 feet, but still,
Hmm.
that's something.
So you're just like you're sprinting, the wind in your fur, and your feet barely touch the ground, but every bound that you make is purposeful, and you are flying and down this hallway like a kid that's late for their next class and running down the halls. Okay, um, Jordan, it is your turn.
I'm gonna keep going down the hallway, checking any doors or any hallways that I pass by, or
Okay,
like little small hallways. Like,
so the next one down the hallway is um this one, B2, which is the mess hall. You're able to see that one.
that's the one on the north side,
Yes, on the north side.
and I will dash and continue down looking at whatever I pass.
So, what I will do, I will just freehand this. So there is a path that leads down this way.
Okay, I'll look. I'll
Because
take a peek.
for some reason the walls didn't want to load in, apparently.
I was gonna say most of the outlines of what I suspect are the walls, and then
Yeah.
there's like certain
Where
things on the outside of these that are look like doors. Like this is supposed to
Yeah,
be something that just looked like a what wasn't supposed to have one of those
yeah.
locations, but it
Where
does
would you
fuck up. Yeah, I
where
totally
would you
get what
like to
you're
go,
coming from.
Jordan? How
Peeking
far?
down that hallway you just drew for me.
Okay.
For
So,
now, I'll keep it at 50. Using our normal 50 feet.
okay. Gotcha. That can put you basically to here, and this path down here gets revealed. This hallway comes to an end. And I would say you're able to see a little ways into here. There's a little hallway that leads off to the east.
I will dash so I can look and see what's down that hallway.
Okay. Another 30 feet here. Let's see, that's right about there. You are able to see that this room is the C1, which is the security headquarters. There's a big old sign that says security on the door.
How far you moved me an extra 30? How far did they get me?
Oh, so yeah, you have another 20 feet from this
Yeah,
spot right
I'll
here.
like to. I'll move 20 towards the security room.
Okay, sounds good. That basically gets you just around the corner here.
And then rear is dashing towards me as far as you can go, 60 feet.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's my thing.
We'll go right there. All right, Zach, your turn.
All right. Remembering the general layout of our location, um, I'm gonna
Reading.
use a little bit of I'm gonna use my Gungan to try and help convince these guys that we need to control this hallway. That if we use our shields and provide a wall, that we can try and force and control them and push them back to their protective zone. Uh,
Okay.
so I don't I didn't look it up in Gungan, so I'm gonna just be like, Misa thinks that we needs to kill them right there's and nows. We needs to be some bad bad warriors and push the enemies. And I'm gonna try and convince them that we need to, as a unit or as a group, try and push down this hallway past the dead Cartwright and move and keep them from escaping from that location, if not pushing into their location.
Gotcha.
Um,
So yeah, the Gungans move forward, keeping that,
as well as
and
yeah,
then you need
as
to
well
make
as I
dexterity
will.
saving throws, which they do not succeed. So
One moment. Let me double check my stuff because
they take
technically they are
7.
considered allies at a certain point, and I am also moving forward. So I
Okay.
need to double check my stuff while they do that.
Does it have anything to do with dexterity saving throws?
Well, I have the shield mastery, but also because as I'm doing this, whether if that's my main action is trying to inspire or trying to bring like a helpful hand into trying to bring it, the main action would be to help them or to bring some kind of like advantage to their
Okay.
ability. And then the secondary or my second bonus action would be to attempt to apply the guard action towards people. And since we're moving as a unit down this hallway, there's 3 of us plus myself. It was 30 feet. I would assume that we were able to use our Gungan shields to appropriately create almost like a phalanx style maneuver.
Yeah. They take 5 damage.
Um,
Between your shield helping them with the mitigating the everything, they was able to get the damage down to 5 with their dexterity save and what they rolled for damage. So go ahead and make a dexterity save.
Yep. Let me do that real quick. It should be a dex save plus my plus 3, so 11.
Okay. It's 6 points of damage, and then whatever you need to reduce it by, because your shield is stuff.
Well, he has it on fail, right?
Sorry, what was that, Jordan?
His thing says he
Saving
has it
throw.
on fail, right? And then
While
he
wielding a
takes
shield
no
ability,
damage on
when
success.
you're proficient, when you subjected to another dex save that you make a dex save that take only you saving throw.
It's a little too garbled there for me, Jordan. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was also talking at the same time.
I said I'm pretty sure his ability said that he takes half damage when he fails a dexterity saving throw, and if he succeeds, he negates the full damage. So if he failed, he would take half, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Gotcha. Anything else, Zach, that you're doing on your turn? Pushing forward, making the phalanx.
It looks like I reduce it by the amount of my proficiency. How much damage was it originally? 5?
6.
6. So I'll take 3. I believe.
And Ryan, it is also 2 o'clock. You sure you gotta go?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Right.
So we basically started everything, but yeah.
Hey, why you gotta go?
He's got church early in the morning. This is a special church.
Yeah, I got church, and yeah, all these hours I've been taking, but I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Hear you there, man.
I see.
Alrighty. Well, what we'll do is we'll leave it off that. We'll see if we can get it next week. We get everybody in here, and if not, we'll do 2 weeks. And yeah. Oh, but wait, it just switched to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Look,
so
Ryan,
you have a whole nother hour.
We have a whole nother hour, Ryan.
Oh, see? Yes. perfect, right?
That didn't
Yes.
sound right to
I
me.
know, I
What's up
know,
with
and it
that?
sounded like perfect for the rest of us. But in this context, do I need to be looking like a tiefling, just like kind of like holding my hands over my heart, like please?
Oh my.
Can I roll a performance check at advantage? Pretty please.
Whose turn is it?
It is your turn, Ryan. But if you need to
Technically, it is
if
your
you need
turn,
to
but if
go,
you have to leave, you can go. Like we're not. I'm literally just fucking with you, man. Like obviously you said you needed to go at a certain time, and I'm just fucking with you. We can wait until next time we're together.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally, man. Like I don't want you to feel pressured because of what I'm talking about. I'm just fucking with you, dude. I love hanging out with you, and that's why we want to do this.
Well, I am scheduled to work next weekend, but I've been working all the weekends, so
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
yeah, we'll plan to play next weekend, right?
alrighty,
And
we'll
continue the thing. If
we'll
we
we'll
can't, we
pencil
can't.
it in. We'll pencil it in, and we can get
Yeah,
the
that's
crew
no
back together. We'll continue off from here.
Is that good with you, Johan?
I make no promises.
You make no promises.
Nope,
What about
if I
some
made it.
Apex? Can we do some Apex here soon?
Um, Apex?
I mean, like Noel and I have it downloaded, and the Halloween event wasn't actually too bad. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there was some hacking bullshit on there that I noticed even myself, but like I wasn't super upset. But then I'm not playing it like I used to. Just yeah, whatever. Same as playing like an old Call of Duty game on multiplayer. You know it's gonna be modded as fuck, and it's some bullshit. Some guys knifing in the corner, basically not murdering everybody, and you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Noel, we were talking about this earlier before you go. My world I mean, it's standard-ish D&D world for my campaign I'm making. So you don't have to think too far out the box. There is some has a lot of medieval aspects, but it's not completely medieval. They do have some like cyberpunk elements, like machine construct, some flying aircraft. They're like very old timey style, like Zeppelin kind of aircraft.
Kind of like
I
a
just
steampunk.
need a concept or
Yeah, it's
idea for the setting. Like, I
I'm
need the setting.
I
so
from what
what
I
you
remember
will
you
know, or
describing.
what you will know for the beginning of the campaign is that we are starting in a large kingdom on one of the four major continents. I will not give you names right now because I can't remember them off the top of my head right now because I'm too tired. But we're starting in one of the major kingdoms. Your party is um, you're part of a vigilante-esque group that tried to, on their own, solve corruption in the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And the Crown's Guard was tired of your bullshit. Even though you were doing a good thing, they're like, "Oh, you're doing things you're not supposed to do. You're going out of your like jurisdiction as a citizen, yada yada. You're doing our job, kind of thing." And they force you to disband. So your party has disbanded. It's been about 5 to 10 years or so. I'll let y'all decide how long it's been because it doesn't really matter to me. And the king himself has called the remnants of your group back to the kingdom and issuing you a special order to help save the kingdom. That's all I'll give you for now. I will write a more like a little thing of lore that y'all would know and give it to you so you can help make your character, but that's later.
I actually like this idea because basically the idea was that we were essentially like a vagabond or more like a more exotic unit that was a part of